Hello everybody. Thank you very much for joining this webinar. I think we're now going to make a start. So first of all, this webinar is dedicated to the Bachelor of Science, and we're going to present the Bachelor as a whole. My name is Anne Comte, and I work for École Polytechnique in the marketing and promotion team. And with me, we have Céline and Ines, and I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves first.
Hi, hello everyone. I'm Céline Chalard, and I'm the third year officer in the Bachelor program. So you get to know what a third year officer means. In the Bachelor program, we are several in the staff, in the administration, to follow our students, to help them with academic difficulties, with orientation, with what double major to choose, etc., etc. So this is part of my job, and we are joined today by Ines, a BX 2022. I'll let the floor to her.
Hello everyone, I'm Ines Saï, I'm from Morocco, and I'm a second year bachelor student. I am in the double major, I'm taking the double major math physics with a minor in chemistry. And yeah.
Thank you. So the first part of the webinar will be a presentation of the Bachelor of Science, and then we'll keep some time to answer all your questions. So feel free to ask your questions. You'll see a Q&A button on your screen. So feel free to use that button to ask your question at the bottom of your screen, exactly, during the webinar, and then after the presentation we'll take those. So let's start with a presentation of École Polytechnique. So for those who don't know the university yet, we are the leading university of science and technology in France, and we are located in Palaiseau, which is a small town south of Paris. The university was created in 1794, and we have now about 3,600 students. 40% of them are international students, and we have different programs ranging from the Bachelor of Science we're going to talk about today to different masters and PhDs as well. On the research part, we also have 23 labs on campus where students can go and work, obviously. So now, the Bachelor of Science. So our Bachelor of Science is a 3-year program which is taught completely in English. When students join us during the first year, they all take some courses as a scientific common core. So they can, start learning at a high level as we offer. Can be mathematics, physics, computer science, economics, and so on. We'll see just a little bit after that the different courses they take. And then at the end of the first year, students can choose between 3 double majors. So they can choose between math and economics, or math and physics, or math, I forgot one. So math and computer science, math and physics, and math and economics. Then they'll have a selection of courses depending on the double major they choose during year 2 and year 3, and we'll get into the details of year 3 also a bit later. 3 key things about the program. So the first one is that this is a selective program. We want very good students to join us, so students who are passionate about math and science and very good academically in high school. That's really important. Also, this is an international program. So as I just said, this is a program which is taught completely in English, and we also have students coming from different countries all around the world. So that's a great thing. And also the research part. So this is a great opportunity for students to learn about research. We'll also talk about the research internship they do during the 3rd year, and also the access to the labs. Now, let's move on to the different courses that students can take. So these are basically some examples of the different topics students can choose. So you can see mathematics at the top of the screen, and then you have computer science, economics, and physics. And maybe Ines, that can be you turn to, I don't know, describe 1 or 2 subjects, maybe one in mathematics and another one that you particularly liked or is really challenging, I don't know.
Mathematics courses are all very challenging, but it's super interesting, and like studying here makes you like mind blown all the time, but it is indeed very challenging and there's a lot of work to do. What can I talk about? Discrete mathematics is like one of the kind of easiest subjects and like less mind-blowing. But yeah, it's nice. Also physics, like I'm taking physics, so I can talk more about physics courses if you want.
Yes, of course.
I'm so sorry, guys. Sorry, Ines, go on.
So, for example, like there are several courses. There is like for the first year, a course of mathematical methods for physics, which gives students keys and which will help them like with the actual physics course. And there are also lab sessions that last 4 hours. They're very, very interesting and very challenging, and it teach you how to manage your time and work.
Also, probably one thing to...
Sorry.
No, go ahead, Celine. You want to add something?
No. I was saying that yes, this program is meant to be either very theoretical and at the same time very practical with the labs and the TDs, which are practicals that they're doing in smaller groups as well. Sorry.
And probably one thing to add is also to insist on the fact that this is a double major that students take. So you have the math, which is really important, plus the other major, and you have obviously links between those two.
If I can add something else, one of the things that's very interesting is that during the first year we get to try all of the subjects. We have like at least one mandatory econ course and one mandatory computer science course and one mandatory physics course to make sure that like we have all the keys in hand and we know what we're going to do and what we're going to choose, and we have the opportunity to try them beforehand.
Ines, did you know you wanted to do math and physics when you joined during the first year?
At first, yes, I knew I wanted to do math and physics, but then throughout the first semester, I started considering econ because I found it super interesting. And then by the end of the year, I went back to my initial choice.
But it happens that some students, were super sure that they wanted to do math and I don't know, computer science, and then they changed their mind, and that's why we have this first year to make sure that students can decide and choose the courses they want to do.
Absolutely.
Let's move on to the third year, and Celine, that's yours.
Absolutely. So the third year indeed is very special to our students because they've got many different opportunities there. The first semester of the first year, so it's semester 5, they have the opportunity to go on an exchange semester. Okay, it's not mandatory. Some students decide to stay at École Polytechnique, some of us decide to go abroad, and we've got many partnerships around almost 30, I think. It may change from one year to another, and we're still adding partner universities every year. And so far, you've got a couple of them there that are quite representatives of where our students can go for this semester abroad. And this semester abroad basically is an opportunity for them to try out, well, first of all, be schooled in another culture, and also to take courses that we do not offer at LEAKS, and therefore bring a color to their double major. Some students take bioinformatics courses abroad because we have biology here, but not necessarily a bioinformatic very specific course. Some of the students take more business courses, and others try, I'm not even sure what I could mention in physics, but many different things that can sort of widen your areas of expertise. So this is a very popular one. Ines, I do not know actually, are you going to go on a semester abroad?
Yes, I am going to KAIST in Korea if the COVID situation is cooperative.
All right. And do you know, like, the kind of course, is there a course that you have chosen there that is not available, for example, in our...
Well, I have chosen some engineering courses, more engineering courses, and a course of nanotechnologies and nanomaterials.
Here we go. Thank you very much. Indeed. And after that, when they come back, they've got another great opportunity, and this time it's mandatory. It's the bachelor thesis. So the bachelor thesis is an internship of a minimum of 8 weeks, and it's a research internship. So you'll be fully integrated in a lab at École Polytechnique, or other institutions sometimes, but mainly at École Polytechnique. And students do like many types of research that are in relation to their major. And it really is a time that they're really enjoying, because it shows them what research is about, how it works in the lab. They work on a you know, like almost office hours, and it's a very different rhythm from what they have in courses. And it's generally something that they really enjoy, because they get to dig deeper in the subjects that they've chosen. So we've had many different topics. You've got a couple of them here, you know, like studying laser matter interaction. Some students at the moment this year are doing development economics and studying the impact of joblessness on single mothers. It can be models and modelization. It can be, you know, sign language, you know, machine learning and machine translation of sign language to natural language. Really, there's a vast array. As Anne mentioned, we've got 23 labs around École Polytechnique, and the possibilities are numerous.
Now a little bit about the internationally multicultural environment of the Bachelor of Science. So as I mentioned before, again, you know, 100% taught in English, and an international class profile. That's something we're really proud of, and that's something we really want to put forward for this Bachelor of Science. Here are a few numbers for the class of 2023, which are the first year students this year. So 43% of female students. We also have students coming from 37 different countries, and 64% of them are international students. And maybe, Ines, you want to talk a little bit about your own background.
Well, I'm from Morocco. I'm Moroccan, and I was in Lycée Lyoté, which is one of the biggest French high schools in the world, if not like the biggest French high school outside of France. So yeah, it was very interesting coming and meeting people from all walks of life, because since everyone's coming from their own country, they're bringing their own culture, and it's really a mix, and it was a great experience.
Thank you. Now a little bit about so life on campus, and I think, Ines, that's going to be another one for you, but we have different student associations on campus, and one is dedicated to the bachelor students, which is the LOR. And Ines, you're part of the LOR, so you're probably the best one to talk about it.
Yes, so the LOG is the Bachelor Students Organization. It's the Bachelor Students body. We are elected at the end of our first year, and we represent the Bachelor students. We organize events, COVID-friendly events. We handle the committees, which are the student groups. When the student wants to create a committee, they have to turn back to the LOR, and they can create literally committees of whatever they want, whatever center of interest they have. If the committee doesn't exist already, then you can create it, and yeah, it's really, really nice. COVID was very challenging this year, and unfortunately we couldn't do like a lot of stuff we would have liked to do. I myself was in charge of integration. So yeah, I handled the coming of the new Bakes 23s, and we all together organized as many events as we could, and yeah, to welcome them and make them feel at home and not far from their families, and make the transition as smooth as possible.
Do you have a couple of examples of events you organized for the BX23?
We organized the bingo, for example. With the admin, we organized the big dinner with social distancing, but it was still good to see everyone without their masks. We organized small group sports sessions for them to learn to know each other in small groups. We organized dinners in co-locations, so dinners by 8 people. We tried to make them do as much things as possible while keeping them in small groups and keeping the sanitary measures. We also did a treasure hunt on the campus for them to discover the campus and try to find each other, like to learn where is everything on campus.
Nice. Bachelor students can also join the other student clubs from the other programs on campus. That's also an option. And we also have the different sports facilities and obviously transportation to Paris that's available. And the part about student support, probably Céline, you're the best one to talk about it.
Yes, student support at the Bachelor program is extremely important. I mean, Ines will tell you there's plenty of people to take care of you and to reassure you and to help you if you're in difficulty. Ines mentioned the coaches. It's a dedicated team that is here to help the students like until 10 o'clock at night. There's always one coach on duty to help you with anything that's got to do with student life. They used to organize, as their sports coaches, they organized sports activities after class. They also organize a speech contest and are in charge of personal development courses during the program and all these kind of things here. And then on the academic side, you've got people like me, the first, second and third year officers who will sort of follow up your academic performance and will help you in the first year choose your double major, in the second year choose your exchange program maybe, and start thinking about post-bachelor and postgraduate degrees. Masters, I mean, and in the third year, I'll help you with your applications to masters. We'll help you also make choices between like fantastic offers that you would have received, and we're here to make sure that's okay. If you are ever in difficulty in a class, you've got tutoring sessions, okay, that are also organized, you know, because as we said, it's an intensive program. It's very challenging sometimes, and we don't want to leave anybody behind, okay? So we've got tutoring, and also the personal development team that I said was the coach. Ines, have I forgotten anything?
I think that's it. Yeah, coaches organize sport sessions, and after the confinement, it was really, really good to be able to do sport, even if it's only in small groups and even if it's only once in a week. It helps a lot mentally. And what else? Yeah, also coaches are like kind of our parents here, especially for under 18 students. And like sometimes accidents can happen. They're very, very unlikely, but like you have someone that can come get you from the hospital or something, and it's really nice to know that someone is there for you.
Absolutely, indeed. And yes, I think that's about it. We talking about and to reassure people if there are accidents also. We also have a firefighters and a doctors on site, so you can be reassured you're going to be well looked after. And it's a small program as well, so everybody knows you and there's a lot of people who can help, and it's easy to reach out, I believe. I mean, I don't know what your impression is, Ines, but that's what I would say.
Actually, it's one of the reasons that made me choose the Bachelor from the beginning. I felt like, for example, when I had a question, when I sent an email, I felt personally answered to, and I felt personally taken care of and personally cared about, contrary to like many, many other schools, maybe because they're like they have promotions too big to care about each student. But yeah, the caring and the attention given to each person was one of the things that made me choose the Bachelor.
Okay, thank you.
Also, so accommodation is available on campus for all Bachelor students. We've put here some pictures just for you to have a look. So basically there are shared apartments between 4 or 5 students, and each student have their own private bedroom and bathroom with also common spaces. Ines, maybe you want to add something to that?
That's it. That's exactly it.
With
it's really, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
It's really nice to live with other people. That's a change because we're from the first promotions, and for during our first year we used to live alone. And the thing with the new building is that we still have our own intimacy because we have our own room, our own bathroom, but we get to share a kitchen with the other students, and yeah, we get to see people, talk to people, and I can't imagine for students who live alone and how was confinement and how hard it could have been. But yeah, being together for us was really, really better.
Have you tried those new music rooms?
Yeah, we have in the new building, we have a lot of facilities we didn't have before. We have a kind of foyer that's sadly closed for now because of COVID. We have committee rooms, music rooms with a lot of instruments. So yeah, if you like music, it's really nice. Yeah, it's really cool to have like to be able to create more of our own community in our old building, which is very big and which has a lot of new facilities, sport facilities also. It's really cool.
All right, maybe that's going to be my turn to speak about this. Indeed, we're very proud of our first year that has graduated in July 2020. They had amazing opportunities to pursue their studies. As you can see, some of them chose directly research with PhD tracks. We've got one student who went to MIT with a PhD track. We've got students who studied who chose to study quantum science, others who went on to machine learning. Data science is also very popular right now. And as you can see, the universities of Oxford, Cambridge, EPFL are also in the same vein as Polytechnique, challenging, prestigious universities, and that for all of our students. So we're very, very happy about it. I can already tell you that the trend is confirmed this year as well. Our students are starting to get some offers, and it seems to be it's going to be the same thing.
Now, the admission procedure and criteria. So how do you apply for the Bachelor of Science? So first of all, at the moment, we have the final round for the applications for an entry in September 2021 will open on March 18th. So that's the next entry. And then each year we have 3 rounds of applications. So you can choose, either one of those rounds. So the general procedure, we look for very good students in math and science in high school. And I think my slide is not completely showing. Here you go. So students who are very good academically and also are taking advanced courses of mathematics plus at least one of science. That's really important. These other science can, for example, be physics or computer science. Students also must have a good level in English to be able to follow all the different courses. Now, how does it work to apply? So first of all, you go on our website during the application rounds, and you can open an applicant account and fill in your application form. Once you submit the application form, we will assess each file, and we will shortlist shortlisted students, then go through an interview, which is also online. First part is about motivation, scientific culture, getting to know the student, and then you'll have math questions. So that's to make sure that you have the right academic level. And for example, we'll test your problem-solving skills. And after that, you receive your final admission results. So that's how it works. You can find obviously all the details on our website and some more, tips about the interview, for example. Ines, do you want to add something to that? Any tips, any advice?
Well, if you want a funny anecdote, I had my oral interview the day after my prom, basically, which was really fun. But apart from that, the person that's gonna give you your interview, the jury is like very kind and very, I lost the word in English, I'm sorry. But they only have your best interests in mind. They're not here to trick you. On the contrary, like my math part was literally the person giving me hints and hints over and over again, and I was convinced that I was never gonna get in. But in the end, if you're stuck, they're gonna give you hints. They're gonna help you and see how you react to the hints and how you continue with the reasoning. But yeah, they just have your best interest in mind, and they're not gonna be mean or anything, so they're not scary at all.
Tuition fees for the Bachelor of Science. So per year, it's 12,500 euros per year for EU students and 15,600 euros per year for non-EU students. You can also have a look on our website for the different financial aid and scholarships available. You'll see some more information. If you are in need of some financial aid, you can request to be considered for one when filling your application form on the website. And that's the end of our presentation. So you can see here the website address. So again, please have a look, and you'll see many tips, advice, piece of information on the website. Also the email addresses. If you have any questions later on, we'll take your questions now, but if you think of something else later, please feel free to email us.